Now, coming to one of your teammates from the Blackzillian gym, Michael Johnson is fighting India time tomorrow, but America time tonight. And we've seen a lot of videos of you sparring with him, and practicing with him. So where are you going to be watching the fight tonight?
I cannot hear you again.
Okay. Yeah, I am. Unfortunately, I'm going to be watching the fights here. Michael Johnson's like my brother, my little brother, and Rashad Evans is like our big brother. And so both of them are supposed to be fighting today. And as well as Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez was a teammate of mine, a very good friend of mine. And so I wanted to be in New York to support them. But at the same time, I leave Monday for my fight. And so, it's not the greatest plan to be flying all the way up, everywhere preparing for my fight. And so I chose to stay here. I'm going to sit at home and watch the fight and cheer them on. But Michael Johnson is well prepared. You guys have seen in our sparring videos. Some of our videos go viral because we go crazy in sparring.
Yeah, we can see. There's some good stuff over there.
Yeah, we try to push each other in training just to make sure when you step inside the cage, nothing is going to surprise you. You're ready for everything, And Michael Johnson knows that he's never going to wrestle anybody as good as I am, as stronger than me. And, and I know there's no one as fast as Michael Johnson with his hands and his footwork in there. And so we prepare each other. We're the best at what we do. And we try to pour some knowledge into each other. And it doesn't hurt when you have a veteran, a former champion like Rashad Evans inside the gym to really instill some wisdom and pour some wisdom into you guys. It's amazing. It's just a great combination. And hopefully I think those guys will get it done today.
And, when you talk about Michael Johnson's camp, did you actually telegraph his opponent's movements? Did you train that way, or, do you just do your own thing and not care about the style of his opponents? How does that go about?
No, I actually like to, I love to mimic guys. I love to watch it because I study a lot. And so I love to study the guys and I love to mimic their styles, especially for my teammates. When Michael Johnson was fighting Dustin Poirier, if you saw all the videos, I was in southpaw the whole time. And, and I can fight any style because it helps me improve on all the styles when I learn them to help my teammates. And so Khabib is a very tough grappler, and so am I. I'm a very tough grappler too. And so, having a guy like me go with Michael Johnson, I'm bigger, I'm stronger than Khabib. I'm more powerful than him. And so having Michael Johnson get used to that, when he gets in a fight, Khabib's not really going to be that much of a matchup for him.
Okay.
Now, what do you have to say about a lot of Conor's antics? Do you think it's good for the game and getting eyeballs, or would you rather go with what Eddie says about making the UFC pure again, and that fights should be on merit again rather than the best business deals?
Both. There's both sides to it. On Conor's side, I think it's amazing. For him doing what he's doing, it's amazing. That's why he gets paid millions. Like, he gets paid. I still don't believe he gets paid what he's worth. Just like we're not paid what we're worth. And so then you go out and you and you fight for a company that you get them to be worth billions of dollars. And we get paid a couple thousand here and there. We're not getting paid what we're worth. And so for Conor doing all his antics, you need that to bring the eyes onto the sport.
Yeah.
And when you bring the eyes to the sport, the money has to increase because then it's a problem. When this many people watch the sport and you're paying the guys a couple of thousands, that doesn't add up. Where's all the money going? And so that's good for bringing those eyes. But it's also good for what Eddie said. It's also a good thing too, because this sport is mixed martial arts, and if you know anything about martial arts, you know that one of the key things, the first things they'll teach you about martial arts is respect. And so as an opponent, as a fighter, we all have that utmost respect for each other, because a guy is willing to step into that cage with you and share that moment, that experience with you. That's nothing but the utmost respect for that. And so yes, it's good to make it pure again, but when it was pure, we weren't getting paid what we were worth.
Yeah.
But now when the guys bringing all the antics in, the money's starting to go up. So, it has to be a little bit of both, for it to eventually get to where it finds this happy balance and this good medium.
So what's your take on the fighters union that everybody's talking about? Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone has said he's willing to lead it and be a part of it. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, my take is if it's something that benefits the fighters, then I'm all for it. But if it's something that benefits just the union,
Yeah.
I'm not for it. Because it's always, and that's the millennium, that's the time that we're in now. Is everybody's always looking for them, for what's good for us, what's good for us, what's good for us. It's never what's good for the greater good of mankind anymore. And so that's the problem. If they find something that's good for the cause and the organization, for the fighters, then I'm all for it. But if it's what's good for that union, then I don't really care for it. With the matchup, first of all, the matchup with Woodley and Thompson, it's a very intriguing matchup. I mean, very intriguing. It's not, you can on paper, you can say it's the dynamic striker versus the grappler. But Tyron Woodley hasn't really grappled in his last 6 fights. You saw that. He hasn't really grappled. They got to a point where he just gave it up. He just was like, you know what, I'm just going to stand and throw hands. And that's good. That's good for the fan. But the thing also is, fans are, fans are funny, they're funny people because fans either like you or they don't like you. Like Tyron Woodley knocked out one of the most excitable, I guess, welterweights ever of all time in Robbie Lawler. A guy who just loves to slug and put on a show for the fans. He knocked him out in the first round, quick. Made it look easy. And he still doesn't get any respect. I mean, you can see all through the press conference they're booing him and things like that. And so,
and the amazing thing is there's no reason for them not to like him.
Exactly. He's a clean-cut guy, and he's well, he's an analyst and things like that. That's what I mentioned. Fans are funny,
But do you think it's the same case with someone like Daniel Cormier, for example? The more you say like me, the more they dislike you. Something like that.
Exactly. And look at Chris Weidman. You could say the same thing with Chris Weidman. It's fans are funny. They're funny people. I mean, they either just pick and choose. I like him or I don't like him, and then you ask them why don't you like him? They have no reason. I don't know. I just don't like him. Yeah. They have that feeling. If they don't like you, they don't like you. And look at Eddie Alvarez right now. Eddie does everything the right way. Yeah. He's fighting in New York, one state away from where he's from, and people are booing him. And so, fans are funny people. They can choose to like you or choose not to like you. And so, Tyron Woodley is, he's done his job, but the fans still are gravitating towards him. So, the style, it's a funny style. He's not. It's not a grapple. If he does choose to grapple, I think that is obviously it's a clear cut. Thompson's weak point is his grappler. You don't see his grappler because no one's really been able to put him there and exploit that. And so,
but Johnny Hendricks did try that. But
Johnny Hendricks, yeah, you're right. Johnny Hendricks tried it for literally 15 seconds, and if you come off of that, Johnny Hendricks is molded himself into a slugger. Like one hand, I'm gonna touch your face and you're going to sleep type of guy. And and when you start doing that, you've done that to a few guys. It's a different confidence that you have in. And Johnny Hendricks, I think, just might have underestimated it a little bit to where he thought that this was so easy. I'm gonna do it again if I need to. And that's what he did. He went away from it, and it cost him. But you saw when Johnny Hendricks decided to commit to the grappling game, you saw what he did to guys like Matt Brown. Easy, I'll take him down and just beat him up down there. And so, that's kind of a hole that I think Thompson is where he's kind of has a hole, is that grappling. So I think if Willie decides to go back to his grappling and exploit that, I think he can. But also Willie's is such powerful hands and very explosive to where I think, if he does touch Thompson. He can end the fight there as well. But Thompson is just so dynamic with the way he moves, and he does weird things that most people shouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
To take with the same leg and bring it over your shoulder and slap you in the face with it. It's just remarkable things that he can do as well. And so I just have my eyes on it closely. I think it's going to be. It has the potential to be an extremely exciting fight, or it can be a boring fight where both guys kind of stare at each other. So, it's a good matchup.